What's up, everybody? How's it going? We are back at it with a one-on-one with your favorite Native American, Jose G. Cruz. Yeah, man, it's about 9:20 or so, 9:30 at night. Just got done editing a podcast. Shot with a buddy of mine a while back. And, this is, again, we're still kind of in our pilot episodes. We have our launch party planned February 26th. But just for content's sake, we're just putting out content, man, because we have a lot of things on our mind, a lot of things that kind of obviously went down, this past, these past couple of years or so. And so me and Johnny were just like, let's just, start our own podcast, which we've already have, obviously. Let's just start putting content out, man. Pilot episodes. It's like pilot episode number 8, I think. So yeah, we I was vibing right now because I edited a friend of mine's video or podcast we shot, because I've definitely been trying to get back into shape, trying to because I did lose weight when I got sick, and November 2021 is when I actually got my appetite back from being sick, and I just took the unhealthy route for about a month and a half or so, at least going into mid-December, and which is actually kind of my topic today. It's like, 2.0. Because if you guys, if you know, you know. But yeah, we we're getting this content pushed out. February 26th will be our launch party. We're gonna do a live podcast there. That will be season 1, episode 1. Still working on a definite location. Don't want to give out too early still. Excuse me. But no, let's get into this. So November is kind of really when I started getting an appetite back, because again, when I had COVID pneumonia, bacterial pneumonia, it was double pneumonia. I lost my appetite, period. Lost a lot of sleep. I lost a lot of weight. And when I can finally see myself in the mirror, obviously I didn't like the way I looked. I didn't look healthy. I didn't look like me. Which is why I still have some of these rollies, but when I got my appetite, I knew I wanted to start eating because I didn't like the way I looked, and I wanted to get weight back. And I didn't care how. I didn't care if it was healthy or not. So we just started ordering burritos, some Mickey D's, some Pizza Hut, Domino's, burritos, tacos, some pastas. I'm getting hungry now just talking about it. I was eating cookies. Got back on the soda pop. I really went in this stage where it's depressed eating, because I didn't like the way I looked. I didn't like the way I felt. And I thought, hey, if my body's going to gain weight and, start working again, I got to start eating like crap. And I did for about a month and a half. And I knew my wife was like, yeah, you need to stop doing that. But, she's not going to try to fight me off my burrito because, man, we'll go to war, I got to have my chimichangas, but I stood in that time, a while back on our previous podcast I was on, and technically still own, but that's another point, another story. But I had this topic I wanted to talk about. Did I ever release that? I never released it. I always talked about it, huh? So I had this one topic that I wanted to get out there, man, but never. I had shot like 3 of them. I didn't like the way they felt. I wasn't vibing it. But like tonight, man, I was working and I was like, I told Laura, I was like, let's shoot. I feel like shooting. I'm vibing it. I'm feeling something and I want to get it off my chest. But the topic was be your own hoe. And this would be like be your own hoe 2.0, like officially, because really 4.0, because I didn't really release it. So this would be your 4.0, but I didn't want to be like be your own hoe and kind of like trip everyone out and offend all the super Christians out there and all these sensitive people, whole lives matter, all that stuff. But so I remember when me and my buddy Patrick, because he's my personal trainer, or me and my wife's personal trainer, and he was asking about my health, asking about where I wanted to be exercise-wise and where I want to lose weight. Because, again, I got down like to 190. I want to get down to 190 of my own choosing, not because it was forced upon me when I got sick. But I was like, yeah, I want to at least get down to 190 and stay there, man. Because it took a month and a half for me to get back up to now. At least back in December, mid-December, I was pushing 220, man, the weight I met my wife 16 years ago. And, obviously still there now. You can see it, but I just wanted to gain weight. And when November hit and I actually kind of really got my appetite, I wanted to, now, like, we'll get to my point. I told Patrick all that. And I had told him, I wanted to just stay in that filth, So if there's a title for all this, man, it's just you filthy animal. You filthy animal. But I told him, I just wanted to stay in that filth, man. And I just really felt like I needed to get it out my system. Hence the previous title, Be Your Own Hoe, which he thought was hilarious. A lot of times, we live in this life or this time where we want to look a certain way or appear. Let me say appear. It's the better word. Appear a certain way. Obviously nowadays, like on social media. And again, I don't encourage, that whole life. Even though I say my name is Jose, even though my lower third says Jose, it's just a joke. The Lord save me. But what I think really what I'm trying to say is that a lot of us want to appear a certain way, whether it be perfect or normal or whatever, I don't know. And we try to hide our flaws, our shortcomings, or we try to mask them. I don't want to say hide, mask them. From certain people, from a group of people, our family members. Yeah, so I had this thing, man, this niche type thing of just be it. Look, if you're going to be a hoe, be a hoe. Be the best damn hoe in your life. Hoe it out. See how you like it. Live it out, man. No regrets, If you're going to be a bitter person, man, be bitter. Live it out. See how you like it. If you want to be upset. Because I remember talking about this with Johnny in our previous show. And it was really just like those really quick hitter quitters, but to really sit here and talk about it like I'm doing now finally. And I talked about this, with Average Joey too, man. That podcast was freaking hilarious. You guys go watch that. Right here above, time card. But not time card, just card, YouTube card up there. But if you're going to be bitter, if you're going to be angry, if you're going to be depressed, or if you're going to be depressed eating, obviously depending on your health, man, don't take all this as medical advice, man. I'm only giving my personal experience, so what I did was in the month of November, halfway through December, I just ate like crap. I wrote it out, and it took about a month and a half for me not to obviously like and see how I was looking and feeling. And I was actually happy with saying, I'm going to make the conscious decision to be better. Actually, I was actually getting over a lot of depression, a lot of mental scars, a Like that one-on-one, my last one-on-one I shot was, "You scarred? Me too." We can watch that one right here too. But I wrote it out. I let it be. A lot of you, again, man, a lot of you super Christians, like, give it to God, cast your cares upon him, for he cares for you. And it's easier said than done. It really is. Until you are really ready to do that, it's just going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be damn near impossible, man, because we're so used to just staying in that filth. It's so easy for us to make an excuse to stay in it, But again, from experience, I recommend it. Because at some point in your life, but here's the kicker. At some point while you're in that part of your life, whatever the case may be, you got to make a choice if that's where you want to stay. If you really want to be that bitter person, depressed, angry, haterade, be a hoe, anything, whatever it is, you got to come to the conclusion, okay, is this who I want to be? Is this who I really am on the inside? And is this who I want to represent? And again, I'd rather just say, you know what? Because everybody's so hooked on social media and how they want, obviously, the whole, again, cliche, the highlight reel. Social media is the highlight reel. No, man, put your filth out there. Be like freaking, what's his name? Hasselhoff. Be like Oscar De La Hoya. Put yourself in some panties, snorting coke, or Hasselhoff throwing up in the restroom eating a pizza. Put it out there, man. Why try to normalize or humanize yourself to society? Because again, there are people out there who are willing to be that and not care. Then people out there putting on a mask like they have it together and they don't. And that's not me, man. That's why I continue to talk like this. That's why I continue to be this type of person, because I honestly, I think there's a difference between people that mask it, right? And the people that are actually hypocrites. And, a hypocrite is somebody who worships Jesus, plays on a worship team, cusses you out, tries to fight you, threaten you, having his wife and his worship pastor there on a Saturday, and then go worship Jesus on Sunday like nothing ever happened. That's hypocrisy. That's a real issue. But somebody who's masking a certain situation or a certain feeling or something or an experience because they want to appear some way to other people, man, I feel like that's a huge problem. That's different. Because again, we're afraid to really face the reality that we're flawed. We really are. And I got tired of that. I really did. I was so worried about what people thought of me. I was worried about what pastors and all these people in the church world were going to think about me, until I just said, the hell with it. This is not healthy for me, man. Be you, dude. But not, again, it was like more of just get it out your system. It's kind of weird to say it that way, but again, man, I don't encourage it. I don't, not encourage it, but I don't agree with a lot of it. But it's like, if you need to, and I'll support you. Because you ever try to tell, as a youth pastor, you try to talk to students and tell them, you can't do this, you can't do that, but because they can't, they will, So again, I might as well just be there to support them. Case in point, there's a certain person I knew that was some kind of way, and her parents didn't know about it. And I knew, because a lot of my homies, I know a lot of people, especially working in the news world here in the Central Valley, man, I know a lot of people have my number, and we're friends on social media, and they're like, yo, is this so-and-so, I'm like, yeah, crap, why are you sending me that, and then at home, they different people, parents think they're perfect little angels, and obviously it's none of my business, but because it was thrown on me like that, we tend to try to, again, front it, and so, without obviously trying to make it too obvious, but what I wanted to do was try to hang out with them and support them, I never brought it up, never threw it in her face. I just let them be them and try to support them that way. Because again, I can't change nobody. I don't want to change nobody. It's not my place to change anybody. And if you guys are like that, man, y'all need to find a different course of action, man, because it's only going to make things worse. And believe me, because I know that. So instead of pretending to be something, man, accept it. Live in it, stay in it, see how long you like it. And then if you don't like it, obviously, and you're starting to second guess, you're like, I'm not liking this feeling. I don't like eating this. I don't like feeling like that. I don't feel like feeling bitter no more. I just cannot stay in. Then you grow from it. Let that part of your life go. At least you got it out your system. Then that's when you can start healing, because you have no one else to blame. No one tried to force you. No one tried to give you the hurrah speech, pick yourself up by your bootstrap speech, give it to God, let go, let God cash. Don't, it's all on you. And then when you know it's all on you, then you can start making those healthy choices, healthy lifestyle. And it's you that got you through it. Then you can look back, you're like, that's not who I wanted to be. Yes, they were right. Yes, Jose was right. Yes, mom and dad were right. Yes, Theo and Theo were right. But I made that choice. And I think when people start doing that, man, what a life. What a life of freedom you'll live. Removing that expectation, all that doubt. And it had to take me leaving Selma to do that. Me and my family. And that's where I feel like my real growth came, because I just decided to stay in it. I was angry when I left. Some idiot pastor he's just an idiot. Burned me again and burned me before. And I was, hey man, what's that saying? Hurt me once, shame on you. Hurt me twice, shame on me. Then shame on me. So idiot me the last time. But I think what I'm trying to say is that we're all filthy, man. We really are. And guess what? That's fine. Until you recognize I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready to stop being that filthy animal. Is when you can start growing. Is when you can give it to God. That's when you can cast your cares on him, because he cares for you. And that's when it's sincere. Because again, as a believer, as somebody who is I love Jesus. I follow Christ. I hate that term Christian, because I'm not a Christian, man. I love Jesus. When you finally give it to him, man, you start to realize how much you needed him. And I've learned that being before all this, a Christian my whole life. I didn't know how to confront or face issues like this. And I was taught so many ways to be, so many ways to think, and what you shouldn't be and what you should be. Again, what other people wanted for me, expectations, until I said, nah, man, I got to do this on my own. I got to go fail on my own. A lot of people are trying to prevent that. And it only actually led me to it, And there's a lot of people, you listening, parents. You're like, how in the hell do I save my teenager from being, anything that I might, disappoint me or hurt me? I just feel like you gotta let them, because again, I have 2 teenage daughters. Am I just gonna let them? Yeah, I have to, because again, they have to make that decision themselves. But I think the way I'm living, the way we're living, me and my wife, they're actually starting to see, okay, now look at these, because to every action, there's a reaction, man. To every decision, there's a consequence. There's something. There's always something. And my kids are old enough now to see the consequence or the reaction. And I think they're subconsciously, they're already like, yeah, I ain't trying to be like my dad. I ain't trying to be like my mom. I ain't trying to be like this. Excuse me. And, they're having good examples and they're making decisions right now. And we've talked, numerous of times about situations and what ifs. And was it a while back, I was talking to my sister and we're just talking. And I guess because my dad's a contractor, still working, that rockin' Oaxacan, that guy working, 65 years old, man, still slaying all these 20, 30-year-olds. And I guess he was working at this one house underneath on the plumbing and all that. And my dad's like, hey, you guys, don't flush the toilet. I'm going to be under there. Got to fix the plumbing and all that. If you flush it, all that junk's going to come on me. And so someone ended up flushing the toilet and all this crap came down on my dad and he smelled like crap. So my dad was on his way home. My sister told me, because my sisters were at the house, at my dad's house. And my dad was calling my sisters like, hey, I'm on my way home, blah, 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 but I smell like shit. My dad don't ever cuss. And my sister was like, what? He's like, yeah, he told her the story. He's like, man, but I smell like shit. She's like, Dad, stop saying shit. Shit's not a bad word. Shit. I smell like shit. And so it's funny. And Letty told me that. I was like, it's funny. I was on Lily was watching Friday. She's like, what? Friday? You let Lily watch Friday? I'm like, yeah. It's funny because Lily the other day quoted a quote from Smokey. He said, you ain't got no job. What else did he say? You ain't got no job. It's Friday. You ain't got no job. You ain't got shit to do. And my sister was laughing. She was like, what? I was like, yeah, man, Lily just quotes that, man. She's like, it's Friday. You ain't got no job. And so again, man, my kids learned cussing because of me. So why am I going to be mad at them when it's something that it's just something they saw from me? Again, I don't want to be that parent. Do as I say, not as I do. If you're that parent, man, please let me know, because I really want to slap you from the bottom of my heart. Because why are we going to be angry and upset at our kids about the decisions we made when we were kids at their age? Unless we're not leading by example. And again, I understand staying in your filth. I understand being this, be your own hoe, be this and all that. But there, at some point, you have to take an accounting to your life for you. Because again, it's not just me no more. It's not just my wife or her. It's not, we got kids, man. And I got no time to sneak. I got no time to go out and just do dumb stuff. Because my kids are watching. They're smart now. They know what's going on. So again, there's these aspects of adulthood, parenting, and just being a grown up that we got to take responsibility for. And so find out how long you want to stay in it. See what it's going to do. See what lives it's going to affect and how it's going to affect people. And again, that's solely up to you. Because I'm not going to judge anybody. Who am I to judge, right? Because we're all filthy animals. And I believe that once we do that and come to our own realization that, I don't want to stay here no more, then you realize, I'm glad I got it out. Really, truly, I'm glad I got it out. When it came back to last November 2021, I'm glad I got that out of my system, man, because I didn't like the way I was feeling. I didn't like the way I was looking. Because I actually, after a while, when I stood in my depression, I let it run its course. And then when I started getting over it, I was like, you know what? I'm liking the way I feel now. I'm liking the way I look. I'm liking the way these larges are fitting. I'm liking the way these 34s are fitting around my waist. And, I'm looking good. I feel good. But then the eating started happening. Plus, we made all this investment in clothes, new clothes, because my bigger clothes weren't fitting me. But I made the decision to stay in it for a little bit. And then I let it run its course. And I personally had to decide, okay, I don't want to stay there no more. And that's all up to you guys too. 100% is up to you. So again, it's not like I'm always wanting to be super motivational, super serious, super whatever. It's just kind of really how I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, and what's been going on recently. Again, that's how authentic this gets. That's how real it gets. And so that's where I feel like my personal growth has happened, because I needed to go through some things that I put myself through just to get it out my system, because you know what? I didn't like where it was taking me. I didn't like how it was making me feel. I didn't like it made me feel about myself. And so, and I really feel like that's what really brought me closer to God and my relationship with Him. Cause yeah, I do cuss still, man. I do, but it's not like that's who I am. Should I not? Maybe not. Should I use other words just to prove a point? Yeah, maybe. But again, these are things that I'm just, again, that's not who I am. It's not like my daily conversation where, I say 39 F words to prove just to say a sentence, when in reality, I only use 7 words, but I know people like that too, but that's them. I don't care, but, stay in your filth. You're a filthy animal. It's all right. It's fine. I didn't like it. Didn't like what it was making me look like and feel. I grew from it. And that's when it's personal growth. And so that's where I felt that, all right, I can grow from this now. And that's where you can start learning from your mistakes. You start learning from your own decisions. And it's like you dig this hole, you find yourself in this deep hole for no reason. You're like, why in the hell am I in this hole? Then you finally look in your hand and you're the one holding the shovel. And you can't be mad at yourself or anybody else, but yourself, then realize it's us the whole time. Because again, my life has, I guess, like 3-4-fold, man. Obviously, it's for me, my relationship with God, my marriage, then me as a man, then me as a father. And really as a friend, as a person in life and society. And there's a lot to balance. There's a lot to work with. There's a lot to build off. There's a lot to grow from, especially in all those aspects. And again, man, that's where you got to take on that challenge for yourself. So it's okay to be filthy. And you choose how long you want to stay it. That's all I'm saying. Because again, new year, new me, new you, boo boo. It's time for you to make that choice. Again, it's up to you. But I chose to start eating right now. I chose to start thinking and feeling right and working out. Again, not for any status, man, but honestly, I want to stay alive. I beat COVID pneumonia, double pneumonia, strictly only because I knew my health was right. My eating habits were right. And if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be here today. And again, a good decision saved me in the long run. So when you make good decisions, again, in life, the Bible talks about, sowing a seed, a farmer sowing seed, so eventually you guys are sowing something into your life right now at this moment as you're watching and listening. You've sowed something. Could be 20 years ago, 15 years ago. And you're watering it, not knowing it. You're growing this. And what you've sowed, man, will come. Harvest day is coming. What is it going to be? What crop is it going to yield? Is it going to be hurting? Is it going to be something crazy? Or is it going to be something positive? Is it going to be something amazing that's going to be like, yo, I'm glad I invested in this. I'm glad I made this decision. I'm glad I sowed this seed in my life and I fed it. I took care of it and look at the results. And again, it's not the 6-pack. It's not the hell. again, it's a healthy living for yourself, and so again, to every action, there's a reaction. What's the reaction going to be when you choose to stay in it and or when you choose to grow from it is up to you. That is it. Plain and simple. Man, that's all I need to say. Because I don't know why the first 4 times I shot this, man, took an hour and a half for me to get my point across. But I guess it had to take an experience. And I feel like obviously I got everything out. And this by far is my shortest podcast, 30 minutes at least. And real quick, let me end this real quick, turns into 40 minutes. So yeah, I think I'm over that. But again, man, thank you guys for tuning in, watching, and listening, man. We thank you guys for your support, the love, all that, man, all that good, because again, man, I'm making myself look like an ass, making myself look very emotional, motivational, all this other stuff for y'all, man. Because I know the feedback. I seriously know the feedback we get from these, and it's very encouraging. Because it's your life answers, your life sentences that you've like started, and you're like, man, what am I trying to say here? What am I trying to finish and do here? Either me, Johnny, or a guest will help you finish it. And then it's like puts the period at your life sentence, and you're like, that's what I've been trying to hear. That's what I've been trying to get done. And I think that's what we do here at Still Here Podcast. And we're always going to stay and do this. So again, thank you guys. Bottom of my heart, man. Thank you for your love, support. The real ones, man. You guys know who you are. It means a lot. So, because I know it's working, because I look what it's doing for me. I'm talking about stuff that a lot of, especially men my age, don't want to talk about. So if I have to make an ass of myself, I will. Because I got nothing to lose, man, because y'all know it's me. So, again, my name is Jose Cruz, your favorite Native American. You guys click the link here in the bio, man, especially on YouTube, the description, on Instagram, the link tree. It'll send you to all our social media, all our platforms we have, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, on Facebook for all you old people that just, every time I share a picture, you respond back with a weird GIF. All you old people on Facebook, head over to Still Here Podcast and like the page, share the page. But there's a blue watch video button, and when you click that button, it'll take you directly to our YouTube page. Hit subscribe, man. Follow us there, man. You're gonna get a lot of good stuff there. A lot of great things planned, a lot of great things happening, going down. And man, I'm super excited to have you guys on this journey with us. Me and Johnny are. And until then, man, y'all stay living, man. Stay hustling, man. If y'all want to be the hoe, be the hoe. If y'all want to stay in the field, stay in the field, but grow from it. Again, find your how to get out of it, how to grow from it. Then you'll know why you got out of it. Simple as that. I love you guys. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you again for your support and all that good stuff. We'll see you guys next Friday. Bye.